Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon,
Afternoon.
everybody. Good to see everyone here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, good afternoon.
My name is Christopher. I am from Singapore Furniture Industries Council. Thank you so much for registering for this particular SFIC webinar. Today's topic, as you can see on my screen here, is actually to address the importance of e-commerce right now and how it has to be part of your business from here on. So we have invited actually several companies to actually share with us their e-marketplaces and how members from SFIC can actually benefit by onboarding themselves with these platforms itself. I'll very quickly share with you the schedule for today. So to start off with, we will actually have an address from our chair of SFIC retail sector, Mr. Gan Shi-wen. Some of you already know who he is. Followed by Ms. Cindy Ha, Head of Home and Living Brands Partnership of Shopee. Then after that, we have Ms. Shwama Pandey, Strategic Partnerships Manager of Shop for Good with Singapore Press Holdings. And then last but not the very least, we also have Mr. Eric Littenberg, EVP GM of Lazada, to share with us their platform as well. We will end off with a Q&A. So if you do actually have any questions, please feel free to actually either raise them up by voicing, or you can actually use the chat function that you can actually see at the bottom to actually put your questions. And our panels of invitees and presenters will actually be more than happy to answer them as much as possible. So without further ado, I would like to actually invite Mr. Gan Shi-wen to actually have the opening address. Shi-wen, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Christopher. Hello, everyone. It's happy to see all of you well and staying on top of the game by you guys attending today's SFIC Outreach Webinar on how e-commerce must be part of your business from here on. So I'm Shi-wen from Commune, and I'm the chair for the retail sector. Alongside me, I have Joshua, Jamie, and Marcus, and I don't think they are here. I saw Marcus, but he disappeared. So anyways, I think in this COVID-19 virus outbreak has gotten all of us to rethink hard on our strategies and looking into new models to adapt. Also ensuring the continuity of our business. And most importantly, how to get ready for post-COVID recovery. I think this is one thing that is on everybody's mind. In this circuit breaker period, I believe all of us have come to realize the ever so importance of digital application like e-commerce, e-marketplace, social media, apps, especially like GrabFood, Deliveroo, Foodpanda, and all these services and all the service that comes along with this digital platform, like the last mile fulfillment, the delivery, and things like that. Suddenly, it became super duper important. And then there's a lot of reports and articles citing that the digital way of life is the way forward. And then because there is, and also it is because of the expedited change in consumer shopping behavior due to the COVID-19. So for those people that are new to digital, no need to worry. There are supports from ESG, such as the e-commerce booster package for local market and the multi-channel e-commerce platform program for you to reach out to overseas market. Along that, SFIC Institute also will roll out very soon specific training programs such as e-commerce, social media management, digital marketing, service innovation, delivery optimization, and data analytics to equip yourself and your team with the necessary skills to embark on this digital journey. So today, we are happy to have 3 established platforms here, Lazada, Shopee, and Shop for Good by SPH, to share with us more about their platform and how we can work with them to go on this digital journey. So now I will pass over to Christopher to get it started. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Shi-wen. All right, without further ado, I would like to invite our first presenter, Ms. Cindy Ha, Head of Home and Living Bread Partnership for Shopee, to share with us what they have in store for our members. Cindy, if you please, I will let you share your screen.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone, nice to meet you. Let me share my screen. Okay, can see my screen? Okay, so to start with, right, to support the SFIC SMEs, right, for today we will be giving you guys an exclusive promo code. So at the end of the session, we will let you know what the promo code is, and if you use the promo code to sign up with us, we will give you an extra $50 in terms of Shopee paid ad credits. Okay, so I'll begin first by talking a bit more about the e-commerce system now in Singapore and globally. So the e-commerce spend in Singapore right now is estimated to grow by 5.4 billion by 2025. And Singapore has actually the highest checkout basket size regionally at $91. So what this means is that when someone purchases from an e-commerce platform, right, they generally purchase at least $91 worth of products. So especially in such COVID period, right, we actually see a surge in demand in terms of online purchases. So this is actually the right time to kickstart your online business if it's something that you've always been wanting to explore, or if you want to have a new form of avenue to have a new revenue stream. So for Singaporeans, right, they actually love to shop on their phones. So 3 out of 5 Singaporeans actually prefer online shopping through their smartphones. And then 38% of them actually made a purchase on their smartphone, which is 10% higher than the global average. So just to share a bit more about Shopee, how Shopee is aligned with this whole shopping on their mobile phone thing is because Shopee was created as a mobile-first online platform. So what this means is that when Shopee was created, we focus a lot on our mobile application, and even now we still focus on updating and refining our mobile application. So for our buyers, they just use the mobile app. It's very easy and very simple for them to make a purchase. And this is very in line with the general buyer patterns in Singapore. So another thing about Shopee is that when you come on board Shopee, right, what you have is actually management team who will be able to guide you along, who will be able to handhold you and basically help you to feature your products, kickstart your products, and make sure that in the first 3 months, your store is not, just left aside. We will make sure that it grows and then there are sales coming in. So this is something that I'll share more with you later on. Okay, so first I'll start with the Shopee demographics. So for Shopee, right, we actually generally see a target group of 18 to 35 years old. So what this means is that on Shopee itself, you can see a lot of young parents, young home movers. So for them, they are looking to buy, new furniture, new beddings for their new houses. Even on Shopee, we run monthly campaigns for this target group of audience for them to purchase beddings, furnitures. So this is something that is very targeted for today's webinar. Okay, so right now for today, right, we'll share about the e-commerce booster package. So what this package means is that we are working with Enterprise Singapore, and the baseline of this package is for every $1 that you put into marketing on Shopee, Enterprise Singapore actually tops up with an additional $9. So you get a 90% support capped at $9,000, and you only pay 10% out of this entire marketing funding that you want to put into Shopee. And we actually designed this program to make sure that you can succeed online when you come to Shopee. So how this program works? Firstly, we'll start off with an incubation program. So what incubation means is actually a 3 months kickstart program during which you will have a dedicated incubation manager, which is someone who will be talking to you through phone calls, through WhatsApp chats, helping you along the way, hand-holding you. So the first step is we will be able to create a store for you. We will be able to upload all your products for you. And then we put you into this 3 months program. We have a manager helping you through marketing, letting you know, hey, right now we have a campaign for you. what products you want to feature in this campaign. So you'll be handheld for the first 3 months. And then after 3 months, you'll be so used to the system that you'll be able to carry on and proceed further with your own online shop on Shopee. So the second part of this program is in terms of fulfillment. So fulfillment-wise, on Shopee, we have logistics partners that will be able to do door-to-door delivery for you. So they're able to go down to your warehouse to pick up the product from you and then deliver it to the customer. So it's very convenient for you, and it's integrated into the system. So then here comes the last part, which is advertising, promotion, and marketing. And this is where the enterprise grant comes in. Okay, so if you can take a look here at our 2 packages. So we created and designed 2 packages for this Enterprise Singapore grant. So the first one is the basic package. So for the basic package, you pay $153 and you get $1,530 worth of marketing ads and different kinds of assets. So as you can see, you get an incubation program, you'll get Facebook advertisements, you get flash deals, you get featured in our microsites and campaigns. And then for the full package, this is where you get to max out the government subsidy with the $1,000 package, because you get the full $10,000 worth of marketing assets. So for this rate card, right, what I can share with you is that for the basic package, it's the lowest across all the platforms who have this enterprise package right now. So it gives you a very easy way to kickstart your online store. And then once you get on it, you actually can upgrade to the full package within the first 3 months if you feel like it's something that you want to go further into. So I'll share with you who is eligible for this grant. Basically, you have to be an SME, and what that means is that you have to have a minimum of 30% local shareholding. So this includes Singaporeans and local PRs. So your group annual turnover also cannot exceed 100 million in 2019, and your employment size has to be less than 200 employees. So the last requirement is that your core activity in your ACRA, it has to be retail oriented. So this means that the activity code has to start with 47. So not to worry if you do not hit any of these requirements. You can still send us your ACRA. We'll take a look at the ACRA. We'll let you know if we can submit it for case-by-case basis approval with ESG. So when you come on board Shopee with this package, right, there's a second part to this package, which is actually manpower support. So how this works is after you sign a package with Shopee, you sign an ESG package with us, we'll be able to provide you more information on how to claim manpower support. So for manpower support, you will be able to claim up to 90% of manpower funding for up to 3 of your employees who are directly involved with Shopee and up to 3 months. So if you want more information, you can always reach out to us in the email address that I'll share later. And then we'll let you know more information in terms of the manpower funding, in terms of the full details of both of our packages. Yeah, so very easy to sign up. The first thing you have to do, just send us your ACRA Biz file to this email address. You add in this code in the email title, and then we'll give you an extra $50 in terms of paid ad credits. Yeah. So feel free to ask me any questions you have in the Q&A session later. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much indeed for that. All right. Now, if I can move on to our next presenter.
Hi, good evening. I'm Soumya. Cindy, I would like to request you to, I can share my screen until your screen is on.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. I hope you all can see my screen now. Yeah, okay. So yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Soumya from the Media Strategy Department of Singapore Press Holdings. And as you know, Singapore Press Holdings is the media company for Singapore, where we have newspapers, digital magazines, radio, outdoor media, more of any kind of communication and marketing platform that you as a merchant is looking at. So to start with, I will share with you how SPH plays a central role, like a very central role in the community. To our readers, we are a very trusted media organization. You can see, like in the past few months, when there is need for data, then we have a readership increase by almost 150%. And to the business like yours, who have always been a supporter of our platform in form of advertisers and promoters, this is an opportunity for us to give back to the society now. So as a step, we have this Shop for Good platform where we are connecting the readers to you as merchants. And that is for the reason so that you as a merchant, when retail is not in a very good shape currently, we can support you and show that our readers are here to support you as well. So this initiative is a very simple initiative where we would want you as merchants to list your vouchers. We're not promoting any product specifically. It will be limited to vouchers. And these will be vouchers in form of, say, I'll come to my next slide to give you more clarity. So there will be either gift cards or dollar value vouchers, which should be sold at a certain % of discount. A simple example can be a $50 voucher of your brand to be sold here at $40 with a long-term validity, because there is still uncertainty of the stores to reopen. So this will encourage you to have immediate cash flow. For the merchants and for the customer side, they'll be getting a discount, so they'll be happy to purchase as well. Like if you talk to a customer and tell them to buy a $50 voucher for $50, on a third-party side, they won't be very convinced. But the opportunity that we are giving them here is a $50 voucher can be bought at $40 or a different price. So 40 is just an example here. The denomination can be based on how your margins are and how you see your products to be. So that is totally upon the merchants. And for this journey, the effort on the merchant side, which is important because you have to share with us the best images that you have and the best information that you can provide. So we will take all the information from you and upload everything on a new website. So our website will also have a payment facility, which means we will not redirect the customers directly to you. Rather, we will make the entire purchase. So a customer pays on our side and then the money is transacted to you. So for your operations, there's nothing much to handle. We'll do all of it. And our platform is almost ready. We will take another 2 weeks for it to launch. We are in the final stages with the payment gateway to test out right now. And once that is done, we'll be ready to go live, hopefully by end of this month. That is before the CV period is over. Coming to the voucher, it would be this kind of information as you see on my screen right now. This is just a sample to let you know that these are the information criteria, like we would need your store details, your merchant details, your voucher details. Along with that, since we are having payments as well, we would need some of your ACRA details and a couple of things which is more of a know your customer approach from the payment gateway partner. Okay. I'll run you through the customer navigation because for you it will be important to know how the customer journey has been. As a customer, because we'll be driving the traffic through all our editorial write-ups, through our digital in-house media, the customers will land to our website. Once they check out from our website, you will be notified that there has been a purchase made of X amount of dollars. And you will be given a back-end access of the portal where you can log in and see how much is your total credit with us. So this credit, once you issue an invoice, within 30 days or earlier, we're trying earlier, that's why the payment is taking longer. So or earlier, you will have it in your bank accounts. It does not matter whether the customer has already redeemed the voucher or not. So our aim here is to give you the cash flow as soon as possible. Regarding the voucher redemption, it is also a very simple process where the merchant, where the customer will bring a QR code with an alphanumeric code straight away to your storefronts when they open, and that amount should be deducted from the total purchase amount. If you have more questions on how the detail goes and how the voucher should look like, I'm happy to take the questions later on. Maybe I'll just come to the marketing part first. So as I mentioned about SPH having all the communication platforms, we will be using all our internal assets to promote the Shop for Good platform. And when I say all of our assets, it means print ads on all 4 language papers. Yes, all of them. So in all the papers, there will be mention of this platform on the ad side. The mention will also be on the digital side, including our news tablets and the digital versions of all these papers. Along with that, it will be in a couple of magazines. Then there will be EDMs sent out to the subscribers and readers separately. There'll be radio live reads, which means all the 5 radio stations will be informed about it too, and they will be repeating it a couple of times to let the customers know. We are leaving no stone unturned to let the customers come to the platform and have your vouchers. So for you, it is another channel of sales where you could just log in and have your vouchers listed. Another platform where you have more sales options. Along with this, the best part is there'll be an editorial support, which means after the media release, it'll be disseminated to all the newsrooms, and they'll be writing articles and mentioning about the program. So the chances are that a couple of merchants will also be listed there. I will not be committing that your name will definitely be there if you sign up early, but yes, for the early merchants, maybe the first 20 to 30 merchants, there will be on and off mention of the names. I did prepare a few FAQs because I'm sure there'll be some questions in your mind. So I'll just go through these, and for the rest question, we'll take them later. So how can SPH help you? The answer to this will be if you have existing vouchers, which means you are already selling some return, like most merchants I have seen, they do return vouchers or they do discount vouchers, promotion vouchers. For those, we are happy to take the codes from you and generate QR on our site. If not, do not worry about it. We do have a system so we can generate the vouchers and you can still be used at your stores. Because redemption is very easy. Any of your store salesperson needs to only scan from the QR code. Once they have scanned from their hand phone, it will be redirected to our platform and you can redeem the voucher. Once a voucher is redeemed, a person cannot redeem it again. So the second step is SPH taking any commission? No, it is totally free of cost. All the publicity, all the marketing, and all the listing, everything is totally free of cost. We are investing our time in getting this website up, talking to partners, getting everything done for you as a CSR effort. So you will not have to pay a single cent out of it, but yes, because there is payment involved, there will be some payment gateway fee with the payment merchant will be charging. So which will be very similar to when a customer transacts in your store, there is an MDR of 2 to 3%. It would be in the same lines. Now, what do you require on a discount voucher? Yes. So for the discounts, the purpose is to encourage customers. As I mentioned earlier, like a $50 voucher has to be sold for a slightly less amount so that customers are more happy to buy it. If it's the same value, the chances are slightly little because at this stage, it's not only the retailers who are not at the best position, even for the customers and the general public, they are not very confident of what is going to happen next. And they cannot predict what is happening in the next 6 months, so they'll be not too confident in buying a full price voucher. So the level of discount we recommend is a 20 to 25%, but definitely it's upon you to decide how much you want to give based on your industry merchants. Because I know when it comes to, say, electronics, there's a less percent of margin. When it comes to F&B, there are higher margins. So you are more than welcome to decide your vouchers, the vouchers and their discount. We'll just go for a confirmation talk with you once if we feel it's not right and recommend you something. Otherwise, it's good to go. I have two more questions. One was the onboarding process. which I mentioned earlier and is more important for the technical side. So you don't have to worry, although we do provide a self-service portal, but understanding that not SME and not all SMEs and not all merchants are very well technology versed. We are ready to help you and support you by listing all the information that you share to us via email as well. So any channel, if you want to go total digital and apply online, we're happy with that. Otherwise, happy to help you with all the paperwork. And the last and the most important point for you is the settlement. So settlement will definitely be in less than 30 days. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer for the Q&A round later or now, however Christopher decides. That's all from me. Thank you. Over to you, Christopher.
Thank you very much. Right, I'll move on to our next speaker. Next, we have Mr. Eric Littenberg, EVP of GM for Lazada. Eric, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thanks.
Fantastic. All right, just let me quickly get out so you can share your screen. Thank you.
All right. So I want to make it a bit more personal. Don't have any slides, so I just want to address you personally. Can everyone see me, hear me well?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thanks a lot first for the opportunity to speak to all of you. Very much appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well at home with the kids or not, and hope everyone is safe and healthy. So to introduce myself, my name is Eric. I've been with Lazada for about 6 years. I'm the group head of general merchandise, which includes the home and living and furniture categories. Before this, I was, so this is basically for the reason for all the 6 countries that we're in. Before this, I was also in Singapore as Chief Commercial Officer, as well as Deputy CEO. So also with me on the Zoom call is Stacey Hallowell, no stranger to SFIC, ex-head of courts, ex-head of merchandising, Tanks department store, retail consultant to TAF. So she will also be assisting you to make the transition to online. So we heard our colleague from Shopee explaining a lot about the specifics, Singapore e-commerce booster package. So of course that also applies for us, Lazada, and also all the specifics, also in terms of, let's say, the of course onboarding, e-commerce operations, all not too different. But that's not what I want to talk about today. So basically my conversations in the past few weeks with sellers just like yourself, I know that basically for you it's busy times, right? And maybe you're not even in the stage of having made the decision. Maybe you're still contemplating whether or not to go online, and then in what form, why not using my own website. So I'd like to give you the bigger picture, and of course in the Q&A happy to take any questions as well on this. So let's talk a bit about e-commerce. So what are the things that come to mind? So hopefully Lazada, of course, probably also Alibaba, right? Really the star of e-commerce in the world. Maybe even though Singles Day, 11/11, the biggest shopping festival on earth. So I want to make it a bit interactive. So I'll ask you a question. Unfortunately, you can't really respond, so just try to play it in your head or say it out loud, whatever you prefer. So my question to you is, did Alibaba in China generate more than $1 billion in one day on 11/11? So I'll let you think a bit about it. And I think most of you will actually have the correct answer. It is indeed true. In fact, it only took them 1 minute. So of course that's quite mind-boggling, right? And I hear you saying on the other side, but hey, Eric, we're here in Singapore and Southeast Asia, that is China. Now, please know that Southeast Asia has half of the consumers, half of the population of China. So at a future event, maybe it might not take us 1 minute, maybe 2, right? But I think the opportunity is definitely out there. So the question is, how do we capitalize on this together? So the answer, I of course would say, is Lazada. We're the leading platform here in the region. We were created in 2012 in 5 countries at the same time: Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, and Vietnam. And then in 2014 also opened our operations here in Singapore really as a marketplace model, to get all the sellers on the platform and connect them to our buyers. Then in 2016, you might know, we also acquired Redmart, made them part of the family. So we are really now the one-stop shopping destination where everything, ranging from furniture to food to mobile phones to basically anything that you can buy on our platform. Also in 2016, Alibaba took a majority stake in us, and they have continued to building and investing in us together with us ever since. So of course, having Alibaba as our big partner and our investor, and basically our company now, of course, has many benefits also for you. So obviously, there's the size, there's the scale, there's the resources, whether it's cash or other things, but also really people with decades of knowledge. Of course, in China, they've already, what we're currently doing with the furniture business, they've already done it 20 times over. And we have a lot of people actually from Alibaba in our company. We're working together, complementing the local workforce so that we really have all the experience from what happened in China, and not making the same mistakes, and really accelerating, basically building e-commerce here and building the furniture business here in Southeast Asia and in Singapore, with of course all the knowledge here in the country. So Stacy, my colleague, of course, a good example of that. Another point where really Alibaba brings its benefits is technology. Really a lot of new features coming our way, new ways to engage with your customers, which can never be even possible offline and are also not possible on other platforms. So where does that bring us now? So currently we have 60 million annual buyers, so 60 million people actually making a purchase on our platform in the last 12 months. We have 100,000 of sellers, actually brands and sellers selling on our platform, and also our order growth still growing strong, triple digit for many quarters in a row. So our vision is really to connect the buyers and the sellers and the brands such as yourself. We really see ourselves as the matchmakers. And our vision is to serve 300 million customers by the end of 2030, flourishing SMEs, 8 million of them, creating 20 million jobs in e-commerce in the process. And I think now, as you know, with COVID-19, it's quite a special situation. I think it's really going to accelerate that even, and we should set the targets even higher. So obviously, you know, now with circuit breaker, people cannot visit your stores. We actually have many other players now making the move to e-commerce. And what we see is once someone tries out e-commerce, that they tend to repurchase. So we saw actually the same thing, also Alibaba, big learnings that we have from SARS in 2002 to 2004, where really it transformed the way that people shopped in the entire country and really boosted e-commerce and Alibaba basically along the way. And of course, all the sellers and the brands who really jumped on that movement right then, they were the winners in the long run. So same here, I think even if after the circuit breaker ends, there will still be a completely different level of people shopping online. So of course here, we are here to help you to achieve that. So you might have also heard about all the different things that we're doing, including some of the philanthropic efforts, for example, helping fresh food sellers in Malaysia who had their produce go to waste to actually quickly onboard them on the platform and make sure that their stocks could actually be sold to customers elsewhere in the country. Also sending shipments of masks to, for example, Vietnam, other countries, and obviously also helping SMEs, sellers, brands to go on another channel, to go online, help them, help you guys basically on board. So go online, go on Lazada, I would say. And I might hear you thinking, but Eric, I already have a website. Why shouldn't I just use that? Of course, it's good. I think more channels is better, really, for the omni-channel experience. But please do notice that 90% actually of all the people, even here in Singapore, they shop through app. And probably with your store online, it's maybe a desktop website, maybe even fit for mobile, but not an app. And we see very clearly in the data that people just use selected number of apps that they have on their phone. So they always go to the same thing. So that really gives us all this traffic, all this customer demand that we want to fulfill with the help of you. So it will also not be cannibalizing your own store. It's a different audience, or even complementing that your brand name basically gets much more awareness if you do well online as well. So we've seen a lot of success cases of that here in Singapore. in the past. Also know that it really is a marketplace. It's your store. You are fully in control. For example, you list your products. There's no listing fee whatsoever. You decide what goes online and what you also take offline again. You set your own prices, own promotions. Lazada will not influence that in any way. And also you manage the content, you manage your own storefront. You can even directly communicate with your customers via all the technology that we've built in. So we have many different models on our website and our app. So it includes cross-border, normal marketplace, but also last mile. Maybe you've heard about it. So it's a basic collection of quality brands where your store, your branding also would suit very well. We're not a hypermarket. We're really the digital department store, the Takashimaya, you could say, of Singapore online. So we know that for you, good brand adjacencies are important. So who do you want to be next to, right? So we have, for example, Apple, who has only picked Lazada as only marketplace in the world to do business with on an online e-commerce platform. We have brands like Estée Lauder. We have even retailers such as Metro Department Store right here in Singapore. Also in the rest of the region, we have many success cases. For example, Index Living Mall in Thailand really built them online, made them into a big success story, who is now also expanding to the other countries. So you can get your store online on Lazada. We actually even have a lot of furniture brands and furniture manufacturers from all over the region and all over the world contacting us for distributorship. So if you connect with Stacy, my colleague, she's trying to find distributors actually for these brands and manufacturers right now. So it could potentially be you if you're interested. So Stacy's happy to connect with all of you to really get you on board in an effortless and fast way. Again, also the Singapore e-commerce booster package also, of course, applies to Lazada. All those specifics, Stacy can walk you through it, similar to what you've seen earlier here today in the webinar. And of course, we as Lazada, we can promise you that we will give you all the support to make your store succeed. Of course, it is also your own effort. You have to really operate it. You have to manage it in order to make it a success. But if you put in the effort, then I can promise you it will be great things. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Eric.
Welcome.
Okay. Thank you so much again to all presenters representing their initiatives. Okay, before we go on to actually answer some of the questions that's actually been raised in the chat group, as we mentioned to our presenters prior to this presentation itself, this being a dedicated webinar for the furniture and furniture-related industry, can we just quickly check with the various e-platform marketplaces some of the examples or some success stories that you would actually have with certain of furniture or furniture-related companies that have actually onboarded themselves or in the process of actually onboarding themselves with your e-marketplaces. Perhaps we can actually start in sequence again with Shopee first and then followed by the rest. Cindy?
Yep. Okay, so I'll share with you guys some of our bigger partners right now. So for home and living, one of our biggest partners is actually House. So for House, they're doing really, really well on Shopee. It's actually that they actually opened up a second brand on Shopee, and we do brand launches for them. We put them in campaigns and feature them in flash deals and homepage banners. So in terms of upcoming brands, we have a couple. So one of them would be Jean Perry. So that would actually show how the up and coming big furniture brands, they're actually very excited to come onto Shopee.
Right. Thank you, Cindy. Shulma?
Okay, from my side, all I can say is this platform is fairly new, hasn't started yet. So I won't have any success stories, but SPH as a brand where you see we have all the publications, all these partners have been with us as advertisers, and we know that we have a customer base who is attracted to your advertisers. So we do have a customer base to support you, so your stories can be our success stories later.
Okay, thank you. Eric, or would Stacy like to address this?
I can give an answer. So I already
Cool.
touched upon it a bit. So for example, we have Metro department store on Lazada. We really decided to go on with a big assortment, really making it another channel from their own sales. So I think the launch was highly successful. They're doing really well. Another one is Index Living. So now in Thailand, because of the success on Lazada, they've actually decided to expand their businesses also to the other countries that Lazada is active in, working together with partners that we link them up with, and really making success stories. And one of the cool things I think about Index Living Mall is that they also really want to innovate. And the good thing, of course, about e-commerce is you can just list your product and see what takes off and see what doesn't. So there's not really that much opportunity cost actually to try out new initiatives, new product lines, and see where it takes you. That's something that Index Living Mall is doing extremely well. On top of leveraging all the different tools that we have, whether it's in the say flash sales, other kind of promotions, but also the marketing assets that we have to really use it in the right way to get great ROI on their investment.
Okay, right. Thank you, Eric. If I could just swing to the other end of the spectrum and maybe pose a question to Shiwen. Shiwen, I believe that Commune actually has onboarded themselves on a couple of e-marketplaces. Perhaps you would like to also share from the other side how you're actually getting on with this.
Actually, Commune is on Lazada, and we are working on the e-commerce booster package with Shopee as we speak. So yes, this is the time to onboard as many channels as we can, because traditionally for furniture industry, I mean retail, we still bank on our physical store, and this is a really good time to think about getting online. And there's too many things to learn getting online. So with the existing platform that is already there and doing well with a lot of traffic like Lazada and Shopee, you should try and learn and tap on their traffic to get your brand out there, get your products out there. So we are still learning as well. Not that we are the expert in e-commerce or things like that. We are still learning ourselves. But there is actually there's some burning questions that I would like to ask Shopee as well as Lazada, because you're saying that you have success story with a house and the Index Living. So my question to you is, how do you have dedicated last mile fulfillment delivery team for furniture items? Because some of our items really needs assembly as well. So how do you manage that aspect of the last mile fulfillment?
Cindy?
Yeah, so for us, right, we have our last mile fulfillment partners. For our partners, if they want to use, right, there is a maximum dimension of length plus breadth plus height of 300 centimeters. So let's say if the furniture is bigger than this dimension, right, there are two options that a merchant can do. So the first one is to use your own delivery service. We will allow you to set that up on Shopee, and then you can charge your buyers a shipping fee. So then you can, charge them in terms of installment fees and basically delivering the big furniture to their house. So that's one way. The second way is that we are able to actually provide an alternative whereby we do like a daily pickup from your warehouse to the buyers themselves. So this is a different kind of arrangement. And for this arrangement, if you want to know more, you can just drop us an email and we'll share more with you.
Thank you, Cindy. Eric?
Thanks for the question. Very good question. So at Lazada, we have solutions for everything. We are actually the only e-commerce platform who also has its own logistics company to go with it. So for us, a lot of focus is on the logistics because we know how important it is for customer satisfaction to get a product in time, in a good fashion, and also hassle-free, of course, for the seller, for you. So we have many different solutions. For example, you can use your own fleet if you're comfortable with that, and if you have, let's say, good cost operations there. We also have our own 3PLs, both for small items as well as actually also for bulky items. As for the assembly, which was part of your question, that's something that we don't do, let's say, out of the box with 3PLs. because we basically received the feedback also from 3PLs that many different manufacturers have different degrees, let's say, of assembly, how easy it is to assemble. But this is something that we can definitely work with you, probably on a one-on-one case, to see if we can make this a reality, also to use our 3PLs for this. In addition to this, we also have Fulfilled by Lazada. So especially if you have smaller items for furniture, if you don't want to go through all the hassle of the picking and the packing and handing it over to the 3PL delivery service, you can actually put it in Lazada's warehouse, and we will take care of all of that for you. It's on very competitive rates, and you just store the products there. They're still entirely yours, so you can still set the price and all of that yourself. You're the owner. Every time you make a sale, you don't need to worry about anything. It's our guys doing the picking and packing and the shipping. And on top of that, with FBL, you also get much faster delivery time, also here in Singapore. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. I guess for SPH itself, there's actually no such provision because there isn't any need to.
No, there's no need because we are only working on vouchers and not products.
Okay, great. We do actually have quite a number of questions coming in the chat group itself. So we'll just quickly go through it in order that they've actually appeared. So let's start with the first one. The question is for Shopee, for companies that have existing account with your platform. Can we still sign up with Shopee with the government support grant?
Okay, so for this, right, if you have an existing account already on Shopee, then you can use the grant. So this depends on what kind of company that you use to register your Shopee account with. So I think to be very clear about this, right, it'll be very good if you just send us your ACRA to the email address. We'll be able to do a check for you to see whether you're eligible for the grant. And also to add on to the previous question about the 3PL, right? So on Shopee, we actually have another option, which is Fulfilled by Shopee also. So how it works, right, is that instead of charging a fulfillment or like a 3PL rate with you, right, all we do is just charge a commission fee, and then we do a pick on a daily basis from your warehouse.
Right. Okay. Moving right along, this is actually for SPH. For marketing support, example, EDM, other digital platform, will SPH be helping vendors to prepare the artwork for free, or will they have to prepare on their own on their end?
Okay, so regarding the EDM will go for the program itself. There'll be an EDM for Shop for Good and not specific to the merchant. So when you sign up as a merchant, it's not that the EDM goes out only for your name. You might have a mention of it, and the images that we will be using will be the images that you have sent us while signing up for the account. So we will be doing all the artwork and sending it out. If you mention your name, we will make sure that we send you a copy of EDM to show you before it's sent out.
Okay. But just out of curiosity, in terms of the allocation of the vouchers, in terms of how it's actually presented, would there be actually specific areas or segments that would actually focus on certain products, or would it actually be like a free for all?
Okay, so the three segments that we have, one is the lifestyle segment, where the furniture industry is a big part. So it'll be more of fashion retail and home and living. The other one is services. So this and the other one is like more of services and the other products. So I would say when it comes to lifestyle, furniture industry is a big part of it. So we'll be happy to take the vouchers from your side. The only thing is we do not prefer that the vouchers are very kind of narrowly placed in a way that this can be used for only this brand or only at this price. Rather, it can be a simple cash voucher, a $50 XYZ brand voucher to be used. Simple. I mean, no terms and conditions as such to have a minimum purchase or a lot of criteria attached.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Thank you. All right. We have a question for all presenters. Can any of the platforms run customization size furniture order? Perhaps Eric will start off first.
Sure. So at the moment, this is something that we're working on. But what can already be done is creating different variations with the possible combinations that you offer customer size order. So it's very easy to list different variations on our website, and also very easy for a customer to select the different variations. So you can sort of mimic that using that approach. One other option, which we don't really recommend, is actually using the chat to allow customers to give in special wishes. So that's also one way to basically use the existing setup of the platform to also be able to do this.
Okay. Cindy from Shopee?
Yeah. Okay, so for Shopee, similarly, you can use the variation tool. You can set up different types of customization in terms of variation and put a different price point to each customization. So that's one way. The other way is actually you can add in a disclaimer to say that after the order is made, you will contact the buyer and then let them know that there might be other kinds of customization fees and different kinds of designs that you get to choose from. And also for the previous question about whether if you're on board Shopee already and whether you can take this grant, not to worry. So let's say if you are not eligible for the grant, right? We'll be able to onboard you and put you through our incubation program. So this 3-month program, we'll still give it to you, and it's worth $2,000, whereby you get a dedicated incubation manager who will help you to do all the kinds of marketing and handhold you for the first 3 months.
Again, I'm going back to the original question of whether any of the platforms can run customization size for furniture orders. I take it Shop for Good, again, doesn't really cover that area. Okay, if I could move on to another one. This question is for Shop for Good SPH. Is there any possibility that we can use video as our promotional tool via through the Shop for Good program?
I did not get the question very well. So they mean instead of the images they send us, they'll send us videos to promote on the web? I
take it because they're saying that can they use video instead?
All right, so what I can do is I need to check the compatibility. As far as I think, it should be okay to add a video on the product description. But I believe I'll have to get back to you with this question. And I'll make sure once the person who's asked this question, I'll take the contact from Christopher and reply you back on this.
Okay, sure. There's also another question for SPH. Where can we find the self-service checkout page to apply for the service?
Okay, so currently, as I mentioned, we're undergoing the final test of the platform. It is not live yet. What I would do is I will drop an email address where you can send in your queries. As soon as the platform is ready, we will connect with you, and then you can sign up.
Okay. And a question for Shopee. Would the code given be able to use if we sign up with companies that deal with multi-platform providers?
I think the question is referring to the promo code and multi-platform providers in terms of enablers. Let us know the promo code, we'll give you the code. We'll give you the marketing dollars.
Okay, great. I believe that's all the question that is on the chat group itself. Do any of the presenters want to actually give a parting word for respectively before we share with them the emails, contacts that they can get in touch with? Not to worry if you can't catch those emails. We actually have recorded this session, so we will be able to actually share with everyone after we've actually done the edit, and those that have actually registered for this webinar will get a link to actually view this video again. So maybe we can start with the other way around now. Eric, would you like to actually start off?
Sure, thanks a lot. So I want to thank everyone for joining this webinar. I hope you learned something today. Please know that here with the COVID-19 situation, we're all in this together. And we really, as Lazada, we see it as our mission to help you, the sellers, the brands, the retailers here in Singapore, to flourish. So we will do everything in our power to help you make that transition to e-commerce, if that is your wish. And then also with our incubation teams, with our key account managers, and all the support of the entire team, make this a big success case for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Shoma?
All right, thank you for being here. I would like to say this is an opportunity where SPH is giving back to the society, and it's more of giving back to you as retailers. who have been a partner to us. So do join the program. Do sign up with the link that, do sign up with the email that I'll be sharing later. And we're happy to help you with all possible promotions and listings and everything that we can do. We're all in this together.
Thank you, Shwama. And
Thank
Cindy?
you.
So I'd like to say thank you all for taking the time out today to listen to us. Not to worry, Shopee is ready to support both existing sellers and both new sellers. So just drop us an email. We'll get in touch with you within 24 hours.
Great. Thank you. All right. This is what I was referring to. So I believe that this would be the emails that for the respective presenters and their e-marketplaces that our members that's actually attending this session can get in touch with. Again, not to worry if you're actually missing it out. We'll actually be sending out all this to those that have actually registered for this session. Before we actually end off, perhaps I can actually get our chair for the SFIC retail sector again to just have a closing word. Please, Shiwan, thank you.
All right. Thank you, speakers, for your information. And I think after this circuit breaker and this virus outbreak, there are going to be many new norms in customer behavior, the way we shop, the way we buy food, and everything else. So perhaps digital way is one of the new norms that suddenly the virus gave it a push. You know, not the government give push or shopping behavior give push. It's the virus gave us the push to quickly go on the digital platform and suddenly change our business model a little bit. So the way we work, the way we conduct business, transaction, or even our offices, there will be new ways of doing things and new norms. So now that the government has given us some support and SFIC has brought in so many resources for all the members to tap on, I think it's a good opportunity and time to go on board and try these new ways out. Don't waste your resources trying to look for your own way, doing your own website, which takes a lot of time, and you need to spend a lot of marketing dollars on driving traffic to your own website. So e-marketplace is, to me, is a way to go to kick off your journey on digital platforms. So I hope after this, I hope, Christopher, I hope we'll be conducting more of this for our members, to let them have a feel of how you manage your business digitally. So after this, I hope you guys will actively, contact the platform owners and see what you can do with them. Right.
Yeah, this is so true, Shivan. Thank you so much for that. In fact, I was actually doing a little bit of research today, and I actually picked up a YouTube video of Eric doing a presentation a couple of years ago. And during that time, he was actually saying that these kind of e-platforms and marketplaces are actually a disruption. But now it's not a disruption anymore. It's actually a norm, like what Shivan has actually mentioned. So again, I think this is the very, very right time, especially with this COVID pandemic that's actually disrupting all our businesses, that we actually need to actually refocus and see what would be the best way forward apart from the brick and mortar stores that our member companies would actually have and have been actually relying on all these years. And again, do take heed of what is available out there. And we hope that this webinar session would be beneficial for all of us. And I hope that we will actually take advantage of this. So again, with that, thank you so much again for your time. It's 5:30 on the dot. So not to worry, again, we will be sharing this with everyone. So if you do have any further questions, please just send it to us and we'll actually redirect it back to our presenters respectively. So with that, stay safe, stay well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.